I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme. I hate it. I hate the way you're always right. I hate it when you lie. I hate it when you make me laugh. Even worse when you make me cry. I hate it when you're not around and the fact that you didn't call. But mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Not even at all.
Welcome in.
I didn't do my research. I didn't because
It's all over. It's all over.
I don't think I've been this kind of,
I don't
buzzed.
think he bit my ear.
Hello, it's Journey to the Middle.
It's Journey to the Middle.
You'll meet them all again on their long journey to the middle.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Journey to the Middle. Your host for this episode, Nando.
Hello.
And me. We are no Dana.
Yep. We are no Dana.
So welcome to Journey to the Middle, everybody. Nando, did you like my poem?
I loved your poem.
That poem was about me. It was Julia Stiles doing a poem about me.
Oh, I thought it was to the Joker.
To the Joker. You know what's funny is while I was waiting for you to get on the call, I was looking at the comments in the comments section.
Mm-hmm.
And someone said, "Oh, I didn't know the Joker was in this movie." Then
Yeah.
kind of sarcasm, "Oh, Julia Stiles is such a good actor." It's like the cheesiest moment for a movie. We're talking about 10 Things I Hate About You if you don't know the movie.
Mm-hmm.
For a movie from that time period and that genre of what is it, a teenage drama?
Yeah, and I would even go teenage soap opera.
There you go, teenage soap opera.
Yeah.
That was all those movies were cheesy. There's just a huge element of cheese to them. And at the time we were like, I love this movie.
Oh yeah.
For me, it was probably more Julia Stiles than anything.
You like Heath Ledger. What are you talking about?
He's a good looking man.
Yeah.
Was,
yeah.
ooh. Yeah. It's like the collar pull. Yeah. Okay. So interestingly enough, I think we're gonna get into some of the things that we hate.
Oh yeah.
On this episode. But before we get to that, again, while I was waiting for you, I was scrolling through my phone and I come across this wonderful video. Hold on, that's not the video. Is that the video? I found this video of Post Malone. So back in April, I think it was, he did a Zoom show, a live show-ish of him doing Nirvana covers.
Oh.
And it was actually pretty cool. And so I come across this thing of him doing another Nirvana cover, but he's with this weird band. But the thing is, they do one Nirvana cover and they don't even show the whole thing, but everything else they do is this. So that's enough of that.
Yeah, I'm like,
It's that weird screamo type music, and he's playing guitar on it. He's not singing; it's someone else singing, but it's
no one's singing in that.
Yeah. So we're gonna jump from 10 Things I Hate About You '90s movie to this. I don't know why anybody listens to that. That's not in my. I don't listen to that.
I know we talked about that, like, certain genres of music aren't really on our top. Like, that's not. I can't consider that to be like my kind of music.
Can you
You know,
consider that music?
I mean, no, but like, it's just not like my.
I guess technically it's music
Yeah, right.
that's making a sound.
Yeah, right. Some instruments are in there. I don't know. I think if you're gonna give me a headache, I don't call it music.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
Right.
enough. So I gotta tell you my story. We've already talked about this story, but we gotta give the story to the people,
Yeah.
right? So my car, if you remember a couple weeks ago, I was driving to work all hunky dory and everything, ready for a nice hard day of work, and all of a sudden the car will not go above 60 miles per hour.
User error.
User error. I'm like, no, just push the pedal down more. Oh, that's what I gotta do.
Or you ran out of gas. I've done that once before too.
Yeah, I've never done that. Thank God. I got close, actually, recently, when I had the loaner car. So my car, it also like hesitated really bad at stoplights, and so I was driving to work. I immediately just took it to a shop. So I'm like, I don't think I should be driving this thing. Then I grab an Uber over to work.
Mhm.
I get to work. I'm literally just starting my day, and the body shop calls me, or the fix-it shop, whatever, mechanic shop. And he's like, yeah, you need a new engine. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I call my uncle, who's a mechanic. He's a Ford mechanic. I drive a Kia, so hopefully he has some insight to the car.
Yeah.
And he basically tells me, he's like, hey, you know what? Just put some oil in it. Make sure you could drive it. Take local roads home. Don't get on the tollway or anything. And just take it to your dealer. So I'm like, all right.
At this point, we know that your car has no oil in it, right?
So the car has a little oil in it,
Yeah. Okay.
but not much. Yeah, it had like barely any in it, because like the engine was like consuming all the oil. So it wasn't like leaking out of the car. It was just like consuming it all. So it was gone,
It was just like burning it.
I suppose. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm a little worried about driving the car. He's like, if it needs a new engine, you're not going to do any more harm to it.
Yep.
Good point. Take it to my dealer where I bought the car. They take a look at it on Saturday. And so they call me on Saturday. They're like, listen, we got to, due to Kia and their standards, we have to do this, what they call a flow chart. And we got to do that on Monday to really decide what we have to do to fix the car. I'm like, that doesn't sound good, but okay. So Monday rolls around. They call me back. They're like, yeah, you need a new engine. So I'm like, oh, like, no.
Thanks.
This is going to be so expensive. Now, mind you, my car is 5 years old. 112,000 miles on it. Out of warranty.
Of course. And it's just out of warranty because once you pass that 100,000 mile mark.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, Kia's got a pretty good warranty on their cars already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm out of warranty. But I'm like, all right, well, how much is this going to cost? And they're like, we got it. Kia's gonna replace your engine for you. So you know all this story already.
Yeah.
But this is what you don't know. So I have a loaner car for roughly 3 weeks. And it's a nice car. It's loaded, heated seats, all the fixings, right? Great car. But so they call me last week and they're like, oh, your car's done. I'm like, oh, thank God. All right, cool. So I go pick up the car. Car drives great, just like it's brand new. Fucking awesome. My kid is going to be 16 in like just over a year. She turns 15 in January. So then she's going to get her permit and stuff. So basically the car is going to her in about a year.
Yeah.
So that's going to be her car. So she's going to have a pretty nice car. I've taken pretty good care of it inside and out. So she's going to have a really nice car for her first car.
With a new engine.
With a new engine.
Yeah.
So I get home. So I pick up the car on like a Thursday or something like that, right? And then go to work the next day, come home. I get an email that I see on my phone about like some litigation against Kia. I'm like, oh, that's weird, man. It's probably some spam or something, So I kind of blow it off, ignore it. I get home, I get a letter in the mailbox about litigation against Kia about their engines for my car.
Oh.
And so I guess this was a problem.
Yeah.
And they got sued, and that's why they ended up fixing my car for free.
That's why they're like, don't worry, we got this.
Yeah, because they're like, well, he's going to hear about this now anyway, so let's just fix the engine.
Wow.
So yeah, so the litigation was basically to reimburse anybody who had gotten their car fixed and had to pay for it to get their car fixed.
Okay.
To get that money reimbursed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I guess I don't have to worry about that because it's fixed and they paid for it. So.
Well, the good thing is too, you actually went to the Kia dealer, because then, I mean, you'd be like, hey, I brought it over here. Now you got to bring paperwork and this. And
yeah. Now I would have had to get the reimbursement back. Yeah. And on top of that too, I mean, since I did take it to the dealer, then I got the engine that belongs in the car.
Yeah.
And not some aftermarket, whatever, junkyard fucking thing they were going to put in my car. So that load off my mind. I'm glad I took it to the dealer. But yeah, I was, so I think the last time we talked, when I originally told you the story, I was kind of like, oh man, Kia's doing right by me and everything. This is great and all that. Yeah. But now, and I kind of had like this, like, oh, maybe when I do get my next car, I'm going to go back to that dealer or back to Kia or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I almost feel an obligation. They really took care of me, but now I'm kind of like, Now, mind you, I've had three. This is my third Kia. I had a Kia Soul. My wife has a hybrid right now, and then I have the Optima at the moment. So I've had three Kias, and honestly, this is the first ever problem I've ever had with the car.
Yeah.
Any of them.
Good. It's pretty good, actually, to only have one problem with it.
Yeah, I think my first car, the license plate light went out once. That was it. I mean, other than my wife's car getting hit by some asshole one time, she did have a follow-up problem with that after she got it back, but it was taken care of and everything. And
yeah,
like that guy's like insurance is like, oh, well, we're paying for it, whatever, so. But follow-up story. So good thing we had to, talk about this again.
Yeah.
So you got all the details.
So your next car is not going to be a Kia.
Probably, I'm going to test drive them. I think the next car I'm going to go after is going to be a hybrid. So they do make the car I drive right now. They make a hybrid version of it now. So I'm probably going to look at that.
Or you can get like a Mustang or a Camaro. Or...
Yeah. I'm not a Camaro. I'm not a Chevy guy.
Come on.
Just not. I mean, your car looks great, dude, but it's just not for me. But maybe a Mustang, but I gotta get closer to work, man. The gas mileage is terrible.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the biggest thing. I would totally get the sports car because I could probably get away with that now. Not having a decent back seat for people.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man. So I got that drive, man. I need the good gas mileage.
I'm glad your car's fixed, and more importantly, that like nothing bad happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it felt like it was something bad was about to happen. So.
Well, with the amount of oil it had consumed without even me knowing, I mean, like an oil light, when it started doing that is when the oil light came on. That same day. So, and I get my oil regularly changed. Like, oh, gotta go. Because it could have seized. And
yeah,
I could be stuck on the side of the road.
If it makes you feel any better,
Doesn't. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I've actually ran out of gas before on the expressway, and one of our fellow coworkers actually towed me into work.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Who towed you into work?
Well, he doesn't work there anymore, but but it was TJ.
TJ?
Yeah.
Oh, TJ that used to be in our department?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
I know why he left too.
But I called into work. I'm like, hey, I'm stuck on the side of the road here. And so our supervisor, he's like, hang on a second. He's like, you just bought a new, mine was fairly new. It was probably like 3 or 4 months old. So he puts me on speakerphone. He's like, tell me again what happened. I'm like, I ran out of gas and I'm on the side of the road. So of course, he gets the guys who are already at work. He's like, hang on, this idiot bought a car and it didn't tell him that he ran out of gas.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. I was definitely, because you weren't there yet. I don't think you were in our department yet.
No, probably not.
When they were all making fun of me, I'm like, dang, damn it, like of all things to be, yeah, I forgot to put gas in the car. But yeah, they let me have it that day. It was fun.
Which you probably you deserved.
Oh yeah, I mean that was my fault. It was like ping, 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 gas. No, didn't put it in.
It's funny. So while I had that loaner car, I was driving it, and I knew it was low on gas, and so I'm like, all right, well, it was over the weekend. I'm like, I don't have any major places to be, so I can just wait till I get gas on Monday or something.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, I'm driving, and I look at the thing, and it says like miles to go before you're empty, right? And it says 1. I'm like, oh shit, I need to go get gas like right now. So I go get gas and everything, and then I I pull out, and then it still says 1. And then I'm like, oh, what the hell? Maybe it's just behind or something. It doesn't realize there's gas in it. But then it goes up to 2. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's just slow rising.
Very, very slow.
And then a couple minutes later, it's 3, 4, 5. I'm like, what the hell is going on with this car?
It's like the worst thing ever on the thing.
It was set on trip. So I only had driven that many miles on that trip. I must have clicked the button at one point without realizing it, so it was on a different menu. So I had driven that many miles. I'm like, it's going up really slow. So I click it up. I'm like, oh, okay, I got 400 some miles. I'm fine.
Oh my God. Way to go, Matt.
Oh man, we're all a little stupid sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Some more than others, Nando.
Ah, come on.
What?
Only on Mondays and Tuesdays.
What else has been going on, man? My kids are back in school. They got the whole e-learning thing. So that what we're doing right now, this is their school. Except ours is much more fun.
Oh yeah, you can swear. They can't.
They just look away. They go, fuck. Does that work?
Who said that?
Which one of them said that?
I've seen, and I don't know how true these are, but I've seen people with Zoom meetings or at their workstations have cutouts of their faces. You know what I mean? And then looking intrigued, and then them sitting behind past us.
That's good. I like that.
I mean, you imagine if you're in a class of 20, you've got 20 faces up there. You're not going to be like, oh, well, someone's just been, whatever. You see a face on there.
Well, yeah, because the boxes we're looking at, they're basically taking up half the screen. But only 20 people, each box is 2 by 2 inches,
Right. So you're not going to notice.
You're not going to notice that dude up there.
I'm like, that's pretty smart.
Someone did something. There was a screenshot I saw of an email that some parent got that was dear parents, please understand that the camera on your kid's laptop can see behind them and an extended amount of area. Parents, please wear a shirt.
Oh no.
And don't walk past the camera thinking they can't see you. Trying to be quick, you can beat the camera because you can't.
You can't, right.
So luckily I'm at work while the kids are in school.
Yeah. Would you be that parent that would walk around in your underwear and be like, it's grabbing a beer, guys, don't worry?
I generally do not walk around in my underwear. I have girls. But I will walk around without a shirt on a Saturday or Sunday morning, go drink my coffee until I feel like, entering the world.
Oh man.
Oh,
I used to not care, if I'd wake up, if I'm in an apartment, at my own home, whatever, no shirt on, right?
Yeah.
But a few months back, because we're on the 3rd level,
Mm-hmm.
One of our neighbors, because I saw a light, and I'm like, what the hell is that? So it was one of our neighbors, and he's just like waving at my window, and I'm like, and it's not like it's like daytime. You have a light out, so it's like 10 o'clock. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? So I walk with clothes on all the time now, just to be safe.
If I'm at a hotel or something like that, and you're like way up there on like the 8th floor or something,
Yeah.
I'm windows open.
Yeah. Who
Whatever.
cares? Yeah.
No one can see anything. But like Jen, hell no.
No.
I don't care if we're on the 100th floor. Someone can look in.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? No one gives a shit. We're umpteen floors up from the bottom. No one's looking up. She's like, there's a building over there. I'm like, that building 5 miles away?
Right. That one dude's got binoculars though.
Yeah. And even if he is, enjoy the show, buddy.
There you go. You're like,
You're welcome. I went for a bike ride right before this call because I was thinking about going for my run, and I'm like, nah, I just don't really feel like running. I'm like, I gotta do something. So I went for a bike ride, and then you texted me, oh, are we doing this? And I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
we're doing it.
So I hurried up. I got some water. I didn't even fill it up, so I'm gonna run out of water.
Well, I was under the impression that your phone was gonna crap out, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna text him now. He'll text me back in 30 minutes.
My phone?
Yeah.
My phone is getting weird lately. It resets on its own. I'll just be doing something, then it will just restart.
Yeah, you need a new phone.
Maybe. Not ready. I don't know if I'm ready yet. Big commitment.
Just do it.
If I do it, I gotta use like my wife's upgrade because I don't have one yet. You won't notice.
She won't. She'll be like, excuse me, Matt, that was my new phone.
Right. I got a little bit less than a year, I think, to go on mine before I can actually upgrade it.
I just grab it now.
We'll see. But I hate phones. I don't hate phones. I hate you, Nando.
Yeah.
That's top of my list right there, bud.
I'm 1 through 10.
1 through 10. You're all of them. 10 things I hate about you. Your name is Nando. Your first name is spelled with an N. Just gonna go down the list. Your hair. Your combat boots.
I don't wear combat boots.
Cheesy ass shit.
I think you guys should consider yourselves lucky because my original thought was to have us read 5 and 5 of those of the list.
Oh yeah, Nando wanted to read
the
list, just us doing it. I'm like, I can't do it.
Plus, you would have had to have that emotion, when she starts crying.
Well, I could fake a cry.
Yeah, I
can
can't.
fake a cry. Love your combat boots and the way you look at me.
Oh man,
pretty good, right?
Yeah, that was perfect. Oscar worthy.
Oscar worthy. Yay! All right, man. So yeah, let's do it. 10 things I hate about whatever pop culture. We're just gonna call it pop culture.
Let's do it.
So, what?
But first.
These messages from our sponsor.
Hi, my name is Rocio, and I am the owner and maker at Luna y Sol Boutique. My bows are customizable to fit all ages and styles. They are specially designed to stand out, and you won't find these bows anywhere else. All our products are even tested and approved by a tiny 3-year-old fashionista. If you want something unique and eye-catching, check out our styles on Facebook and Instagram today.
I would just like to say vocally for everybody to hear that I am proud of Nando for kicking it to the sponsor.
For once.
Yeah. Good job, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, so let's hear it, bud.
Am I first?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you to go.
You're like, duh, that was me telling you to do it. All right. The 10 things I hate about Matt. I think last time we talked about how how we were gonna, build up, small hate, medium hate, and then strong, unnerving, full-fledged hate. Yeah. So I guess my small
Build a wall hate.
Yeah, build. I guess the beginning minor little hate. As we all know, I'm a gamer, and I'm not a very good one. So the thing that I hate is losing. I'm a very sore and very poor loser. However, it doesn't just it's not just around video games. It encompasses board games, athletics, team games, any kind of game. So one of the things I guess I would hate is, well, besides losing, I think we talked about it last time, is the way that I act after losing. That I'm a very poor and sore loser. So that's my minor one.
Nando, it occurs to me that for someone who loses so much, that you might be used to it by now.
Or good at it.
Or good at losing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry.
Well, thank you.
That must be a rough go for you to be mad about losing every day.
That's why I drink.
In such a really in such a horrific way.
Yeah. I think last time I said that I kind of turned myself into 15 minutes of Lewis Black.
Yeah. It's funny. So you keep saying last time. What I wasn't going to bring up is the fact that we screwed up the last time we did this episode. I blame Zoom.
I blame Zoom too.
I blame Zoom for not recording the episode. Could be, possibly, maybe, my fault.
I don't think it was your fault, because since school started last week, Zoom had like an overload of people.
They did. It went down on the first day that Izzy went back to school.
So, we were recording on the day that it went down.
It could be.
Yeah.
The only thing I got out of the last episode was a recording of Jacqueline helping you get set up, because you still haven't figured it out.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with technology. And it's not even like it's new technology. It's like, press this button to turn on your computer.
Yeah. So I don't remember what order I wanted to do this in, but I'm going to jump right out of the gate and tell you specifically that I am not a fan of Taylor Swift.
Matt, that really breaks my heart.
It does. You probably already knew.
I had an inkling.
I'm pretty sure all the listeners know.
Yeah.
I don't care for Taylor Swift. I do remember that I will give props to her Christmas album from a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. Yes, Nando's holding up his Reputation CD. What would be really funny is if you had two of those.
Oh, wow. I do have two of those. Two copies of Taylor Swift Reputation. Oh, but it's like I said, though, man. It wasn't my fault. One of these I bought for myself, and somebody bought the other one for me.
I still think here's the amazing thing to me, is that number one, you bought one for yourself,
right?
And number two, and being a straight male, buying one for yourself when she's thinking about her boyfriends, right?
I could have been the next boyfriend, man.
And that somebody knew. They said, "Hey, you know what? Nando's birthday is coming up or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I'll get him a copy of this."
Mm-hmm.
I had a pop-up come up on my screen from Zoom.
Yeah, me too.
Did you at the same time? Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of threw me off. I'm like, what's going on?
You know what, though? Actually, when I'm because I was thinking back, I'm like, okay, why would I buy a CD? Because everybody does it through Apple Music or whatever, or Google Play, Spotify. So I'm like, why did I do this? And I thought back, Taylor Swift actually was having like this little promotion where, depending upon if you bought, her albums or like, clothes, stuff like that, you would be.
Are you buying her clothes?
No, I was not buying. That's why I bought the CD.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But
Just clarifying for the audience.
right. But if you the more merchandise you purchased, the higher of an entry you would be able to get in order to get tickets to go see her. Because I actually went to go see her. This story does not make me look well at all.
Make me look well. Keep going.
Yeah, right. So obviously I bought merchandise. My sisters bought merchandise. We ended up going. I loved the concert. Jacqueline hated it, but it was great. And everybody there
What was
thought
weird about it?
well, the fact that like everybody thought that Jacqueline dragged me, and I was like sitting there like having a great time, and she's
You're
like,
fangirling over in the
oh,
like.
yeah.
"Ah!"
Yeah, she was looking at me. She was totally looking at me, at the
Do
one
that
guy.
song. Do that one song? Me.
Oh,
I will say this. The song "Lover,"
yeah.
I don't like.
Wow.
But I will say Harry Styles does a cover of it, and I do enjoy his cover.
The
Yeah. The Harry Styles is. You were making fun of Watermelon Sugar before.
I was, and it's because it's overplayed.
It's overplayed. Yes, I'll give that to you.
I can listen to it on my way to work, on my break, lunch, my second break, and on my way back home. I'm like, come
Change
on.
the station, man.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to. Like, what the hell?
No, I dig some of his music. It's pretty good. That song, I don't love that song in particular. There's another one. The name of the song escapes me. I'll look it up in a minute. But there's another song of his I do like better. There's one called Kiwi. I don't know why we're doing a fruit thing here.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. And he's best friends with Stevie Nicks.
Oh yeah, you think you?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. He got to he introduced Stevie Nicks into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're like buddies, like best buddies, man.
Was it because he introduced Stevie Nicks there, or like were they friends before?
They were friends already.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I think she digs him, and he's like, yeah, all right, Stevie Nicks, cool.
Yeah.
So they're like best buds.
Because it's like a 30-year age difference there.
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
At least. Good for her.
Well, yeah, good for her.
Yeah, so I'm not a Swiftie, man. I'm sorry. What you want me to do? I'm sorry.
Like every time Taylor Swift comes on, and I happen to be in your department, I make it a point to be like, it's Taylor Swift time, and there's some there are some people that are
I
like,
must miss this every time.
like, oh my god, Taylor Swift again. Nando must.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh great, Nando's in the department, guys.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so I just popped over to Spotify real quick. So Watermelon Sugar has 628 million and numbers listens. The other song I was thinking of was called "Adore You."
Not Kiwi.
Huh?
It's not Kiwi.
Kiwi. Oh, that's a good song too. That's from his last album though.
It actually is a song. Okay, I thought you were just messing with me.
No, it's really a song. Yeah. I think that's it. I was gonna pull up the album, but then I couldn't find the album. So
Since you stepped into
see discography. There's the link. See discography. Found it.
I was gonna say, Matt, since you stepped into your hate of a singer, can I step into mine?
You're gonna step into it?
Step into it.
Come on down.
And I remember, I'm like, at least one of your daughters is gonna hate it. The fact that I don't like this singer. It's
Do you remember? I don't remember who you're gonna talk about, but do you remember the kind of music that my kids listen to?
I do remember.
Okay.
Yeah. So well, at least I know that they like Lizzo.
Honestly, I don't know if they like Lizzo.
I thought that, no?
Caitlin's I'm positive is a no.
Okay. Well,
I
then
mean,
maybe.
Caitlin was wearing a Nirvana shirt yesterday.
So then maybe they won't hate me for hating Lizzo.
Izzy, I don't think Izzy cares. Izzy, she is more into what's that guy's name? Ah, shoot. Oh, Shawn Mendes.
Oh, I'm
Very
like,
into Shawn Mendes, and she's into some group called Cave Town. A couple groups I've never even heard of.
I've
I
never.
don't know. But she's more pop. I don't think Lizzo's really on her radar.
Yeah. And like I kind of feel like she's in the same thing with like with Harry Styles, where it just gets overplayed. You know.
Yeah, she's definitely overplayed. I like Lizzo. She is, yes, overplayed. Her ballads are probably way overdone. And like there was an award show where she did one of her songs, and it was like one of those things where it was like an opera that would never end.
Oh,
She's just doing runs up and down, up and down, up, and it's like, whoa, just stop. Too much.
yeah, that doesn't work for me. I'll be like, I'm out.
But
It's
on a whole, I do like Lizzo. I get the impression, and I think some people might see this differently. I get the impression that she's not nice.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
Kind of like at this point, like kind of like so famous that it's like,
Yeah,
Lizzo.
yeah. Who the fuck are you? Yeah, go get me something to drink. Like,
So there was the one of the radio stations I listen to. They go to Mexico every year,
Mhm.
and they had Lizzo this past year, and all the pictures with like the DJs from like the show
yeah,
that went there are like they're and this wasn't COVID yet. They were like 6 feet apart from where Lizzo was standing. In each picture, Lizzo's doing the same pose with a different person, and there's 6 feet over there. And I'm like, okay, this is some bullshit. Like she's there with
yeah.
these people who brought her there, probably for free.
Oh yeah.
To Cancun or wherever they went, and she's just like, yeah, we can take a picture. Yeah, that's close enough.
That sucks, man.
Anywho's, go ahead. I interrupted and started talking about stuff.
No, well, I mean, I was gonna kind of like say like, I mean, because she's got some achievements here, not really that I mean, I'm not a fan, so I really don't want to be like, oh man, like she's got like record of the year, or best new artist. She's got like those, accolades, but
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'd be like enthusiastic about saying that for someone that I don't like, unfortunately. But I mean, obviously she appeals to a lot of people. She's got, like I said, I think mostly it's because she's overplayed, but she's been nominated, I guess, 8 times for Grammy Awards, which is it's pretty freaking
Which would have been her first Grammys.
Yeah.
Award show. So.
And then let me see here. She had obviously Billboard Hot 100 hits. She was up there, I think, twice. So I mean, she's obviously successful. Hopefully she treats those people better. If that was her, like, stay 6 feet apart.
Maybe it was, maybe it was more of a, I think COVID had started like.
She was already maybe like in
preparation
for it. Yeah.
So maybe she was already like, I ain't taking any chances.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. It was
to be fair though,
when like the pictures were posted.
Yeah, when I went, I go to C2E2 and like all these other conventions. At the end of February, or first week of March or whenever when it was, they were already like, we don't have to wear a mask, but some guests were like, we're not going to be shaking your hand. Well, we'll do like an elbow thing with you. Like you show your elbow, I'll show you. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, and they were already like, just because like obviously they're traveling, and you have a lot of people traveling, within the convention too. So
yeah,
I mean, it made sense not to be like, oh yeah, high five, I just sneezed on you.
I just want to touch you.
Right. But
you know what? I got to talk about my hate for this one particular individual named Drake.
Yes. Fuck Drake.
I don't understand why people like his music. It is super auto-tuned.
Mm-hmm.
The only, and here's the thing, I don't follow Drake, so I don't check out when he's got new music, even with however popular he is. I see that like he's on, he's a big Toronto Raptors fan.
Yes, he
So
is.
he's like on the sidelines being annoying like Spike Lee. But like his the song God's Plan, which is probably his biggest song, right?
Mm-hmm.
As far as I know, it's got 2 words in it. God's Plan.
Yeah, and that's it.
Right? That's the whole song. I don't know.
I hate Drake too.
Doesn't seem very creative. I don't know of any song that he is a part of that I like, even if it's like a collaboration or something. I haven't. And usually, if I see like, oh, there's a song on my new releases playlist here. Oh, there's a Drake song. Nope, not gonna listen to it.
There was
There's Tupac and Drake. Nope, not listen to it.
I listened to the Tupac part of it, but that's it. What there was a commercial. I want to say it was like either 7-Up or Sprite. And this is years ago. This is the first time that I had heard of Drake, and the commercial annoyed me so much that I went to go find out who this singer was, because I'm like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. And he was like, like whatever, blah blah blah, first name ever, last name greatest, and I'm like, this is stupid as hell.
Oh, yeah.
And it was Drake, and I'm like, fuck him, he sucks. It's garbage.
Never doing it. Never listening to this guy.
No, and like, and like, I feel like the same thing. If you love something so much, and if you hate it, you remember it. So I'm like, fuck him for making me remember that stupid shit now.
I just went over to his Spotify here. There's Toosie Slide, Toosie Slide. It's one of his top songs. Actually, it's funny because God's Plan is not on here as one of his popular songs. It might be maybe farther down the list, but
Or maybe
it's not. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not his song and he's just featured on it.
Oh,
maybe. There is a song called Chicago Freestyle. That might need a listen.
What was we were talking about this. I remember, last time.
Right.
Bad Bunny and Drake have a song, and remember we were talking about that. How I was like, oh yeah, like, like, obviously I recognize Bad Bunny, but I'm like, who is that singing? And my guy's like, oh yeah, that's Drake. I'm like, oh cool.
Turn it
That's
off.
garbage. Yep, that's garbage. I'm done with that song.
Oh no.
Turn that shit off.
I didn't mean to start playing it. But I wanted to see. It is his song. I just wanted to see that. Oh well. So Drake sucks.
Yeah.
Here's what I would like to know. If we have any listeners that listen to Drake
And like him?
please tell us why.
Or
I understand.
what if they also hate him? Can you tell us other things that you hate about him?
I assume everybody hates him.
Right. You could have like 1 or 2 fans.
He's got to have some fans.
Yeah.
But there's billions of people on this planet.
Yeah.
Or at least, I don't know, a handful of people like him.
Yeah, I would say so. Sorry, Drake. Bulls are better.
Sorry, Drake. Go home. Take Bieber with you.
Yes, take Bieber with you.
That guy, he's all tattooed up now. Bieber. Got all these tattoos.
He's useless.
And he's like, I don't know, he looks like he's like coming off a Coke. Like,
yeah.
Like every time I see him, like he's coming off a Coke bender.
How
was your weekend, man? Oh man, it was really good. Really good. Really good.
Have you ever seen the SNL skits where they make fun of Bieber?
Yeah, well, it's Kate McKinnon doing Bieber.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good.
I'm like, oh man, because she's like, oh yeah, I'm off the stuff, but I got like 5 mustache hairs.
He does one of those Comedy Central roasts.
Yeah.
Which is actually pretty funny. So the part where he gets up to like, defend himself or whatever at the end, he's like, this is all you could get for me? A bunch of has-beens making lesbian jokes about me?
Right. Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty funny. The pause in the episode is Nando's turn.
My turn? I thought it was your turn.
I'm done. I talked about Drake. I beat up on him.
You did
I
Drake.
started beating up on Bieber.
Damn. Sorry. I got so excited, of our hate towards them. All right.
And our hate towards Taylor Swift.
No, that's just you. Back in 2006, and I think, if I remember correctly, I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie theater, ever. And when this movie came out...
Not even after the movie was over?
Not even. Well, here's the thing. I wanted to walk out of this movie. Back in 2006, this movie's called Children of Men, and it's with Clive Owen. This movie was okay. It was good. Up until the end when I wanted to walk out, and then I couldn't because it was over. And I'm sitting here like, okay, it's good. It's a good storyline, right? You've got Clive Owen. He's dealing with his own kind of demons or whatever, but the issue is infertility around the world. So one woman actually gets pregnant, and he finds out. He's trying to save her, get to a safe haven or whatever, because it's there's somebody who's actually pregnant. So the whole movie, you're trying to figure out what's going on here, and they get on a boat, and then it's done. Well, what the fuck happened? Did they make it safe? Was he born? They just leave you hanging, and it's like, man, fuck this shit. And that was like, you know what I mean? Like, it's an hour and 45 minutes worth of, nothing happened. Thanks. That's great. That's fucking awesome.
This was a great movie, but then nothing.
No, nothing. Literally nothing happened. Like nothing was accomplished. Like, could there have been like a bomb and they blow up and I'm like, oh no, or in the little on the bottom, how it says 10 years later he grew up to be a kid, happily ever after. Nothing. They gave me nothing.
Maybe they forgot.
It's bullshit. I'm so mad at it.
I was just looking up the cast because I was curious because I don't know this movie. I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, don't watch
it. Was Clive Owen, Julianne Moore, Michael Caine, and then Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy is in it.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, I don't know a single person on this cast. I mean, I guess, you got four notable people, but, bad movies like that, I'm wondering if, at some point is someone going, this is just a bad movie.
Well, look at the Rotten Tomatoes score. I think they actually ranked it pretty good. Like it was like a 78 or something.
I don't see it here. Oh, here we go. Children of Men, Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, 92.
Yeah, dude, it says 92%. Is that the same movie though?
That is the same movie because I could see it. It's terrible. I could see the
audience score was an 85%.
No, don't watch it. Or maybe
it looks like it's a good movie. Maybe you just didn't get it.
No, I got it. Okay, I got it that it sucked. unless I happen to be in the movie theater where they cut off the important 5 minutes of the movie.
I was watching. I watched The Disaster Artist a week or two ago.
Yeah.
So that's James Franco, and he's playing. Oh shoot, the guy who there's this movie called The Room, and it's basically like the worst movie ever. Mm-hmm. This guy funded the movie himself, paid everybody, wrote the movie, and was a lead in it. And he was this terrible, terrible actor, and he also had this manic temper where he's bitching at everybody all the time, and it was bad. And all the people that were on the set there were like, "This is going to be a bad movie." And so then he decides to have he finishes the movie, decides to have a premiere for it, pays for the premiere. The theater fills, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Oh, I can't believe there's so many people here." And the movie starts in, and everyone's just kind of watching it. And then there's a point at which everybody now mind you, this is supposed to be like a drama.
Right.
Everybody in the theater just starts laughing because it's so bad. And the guy starts he slithers down into his chair. He's like, "Oh my God," But then he realizes everybody's enjoying themselves, and he gets up on stage at the end to be like, "Oh, I'm glad you all enjoyed my movie. I'm glad you guys could see, laughed at all the jokes and everything I put in it. That's how it was supposed to be."
Yeah. So it's the It's with the Tommy Wiseau, right? I didn't remember. His name.
Yeah, Wiseau or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear about this movie until I met Jacqueline.
I didn't hear about it until just before the disaster, probably because the disaster artist was being made.
Yeah.
That's about when I heard about that movie. I'm like, oh my God.
It's got like a little cult following, which is pretty funny.
Yes, it still plays in a theater, I think New York, where it consistently still sells out.
Wow.
So the guy's making money off this terrible movie just because it's that bad.
It is that bad. And I've only seen like, we'll say it's an hour and a half. I've probably seen like 35 minutes of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a part where he's just like, darn it.
Yeah.
You know, or something. You know, it's like so like, this guy's not an actor.
No, it's like the like he's like so angry and all like, oh hi Mark, like that's the famous.
Yeah, the hi Mark part.
Yeah.
Hi Mark. Just like, hey buddy. Yeah.
There was actually a person at one of the conventions I went to dressed up as him with a oh hi Mark sign.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, I should, maybe that's what I'll do for Halloween.
Yeah, there you go. I'm like, sweet, I get that reference.
Speaking of movies.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting more comfortable here.
Yeah, I can see it.
Don't mind me. Let's put my feet up, you know. Just
Matt's like slouching into his chair. It's just like slowly.
It's late. Speaking of movies.
Yeah.
Twilight, man. Twilight. Terrible.
Come on. Thing. Team Alice over here.
Every one of those movies is fucking terrible. I'm not a fan of the vampires, the glowing, glimmering. What is it? What do they do?
I guess they
shimmer.
Shimmer, yeah, shimmer's a good word. Yeah. They're sparkly.
Sparkling? I don't know. Whatever they're doing, man, it's bad. The acting is bad. Now you got it. This guy's a freaking vampire in this movie. Now he's gonna go be a bat.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
I'm trying to find out her name because I always forget. I always say I'm Team Alice. You know how everyone was like Team Jacob or Team Edward?
Uh-huh.
So I was like Team Alice. She's her name's Ashley Green in real life.
Oh, thanks. I'm never gonna remember that. Okay.
But she's the other girl vampire. You know, obviously not. What's her name? Bella. You know, she's
Bella's not a vampire.
Well, not at the beginning.
Does she ever become a vampire?
Yeah. I don't remember which.
I was forced to watch these movies.
Yeah, okay, Matt, whatever.
By the wife who loves them. Read the books, dragged me to the movies.
Whoa, hang on.
What?
You read the books, but you hated it.
I did not read the books.
Oh, that's what
I read the books.
Hang on. I think everybody heard that, right? He read the books.
No. I was talking about my wife who read the books and dragged me to the movies to go watch all of them. I don't know if I ever saw the last one. I might have protested, which I'm sure I got in trouble for.
Yeah, they're like, nope, you're watching this shit.
Else. That's possible.
I saw it, but I had good reason. My sisters were
good reason?
Yeah, my sisters were too young to drive, so I had to drive them to the movie theater. And instead of driving them and then driving back home and then going back, I just sat there and watched it.
I guess I'll watch this.
Yeah.
As you're watching it, you're like, huh. Huh. Ooh, who's this Vampire Alice?
Who is this vampire? And that's what I did. Yes, Vampire.
I think I'm Team Alice, and everyone's like, no, man, it's Jacob or what's the other guy's name?
Edward?
It's Jacob or Edward.
No, I'm like, no, we're Team Alice over here.
No, man, no, it's all about Alice.
You know, going back to Robert Pattinson, because
why wouldn't you be? Hold up. Why wouldn't you be Team Jacob?
Why would I be Team Jacob?
Taylor and Taylor?
No, I did not like them. You know, they were together in a movie on Valentine's Day. So that was the name of it.
Yeah. Would you ever date somebody with, well, maybe not you, or not me, would ever date somebody with the same first name?
There are girls named Fernanda, which is very weird.
It is weird.
It is very weird.
I think the closest thing to Matt is probably like Maddie or something.
Yeah. That'd be weird.
I don't know. I just like if I was Taylor Swift and like Taylor Lautner was hitting on me, I'd be like, can you change your name maybe?
I mean, I think you would call T.
I love you, Taylor. I love you, Taylor.
Oh man.
Taylor, I hate your music. Taylor, I hate your acting.
Ah. Well, Taylor's good at singing, but I don't know about the other one's acting. He's all right.
Is that what is she singing?
She's a singer. Yeah, she's a singer.
She talks so much in her songs.
No, she does. Everybody
Yes,
loved her.
Yes, she does.
When she was a country music singer, and now that she's pop.
I think she's still categorized as country, by the way.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
It's been like 4 albums, maybe 5.
She only had one country album, right? Just that first one. And then she's like, I'm going to do my own thing and write my own songs.
Huh. I thought she maybe had more, but...
You should know.
No, I just like her pop stuff.
Yeah, that's why you like her.
Yeah. But going back to Robert Pattinson, man.
Right, sorry. Yes,
No.
Robert Pattinson. The bat.
This is your pick. I know that we discussed how terrible I thought Ben Affleck was going to be as Batman.
Uh-huh.
So I was pleasantly surprised. Over the weekend, I actually saw the trailer for The Batman.
I haven't watched it yet.
You should watch it.
I'll watch it after this is over.
Yeah, go ahead and watch it because there's like a good part in it where the guy's like, "What are you supposed to be?" And
Well, don't give it away. I got to watch it now.
now, well, go watch it. Go watch it.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it tonight.
So if you set your standards low, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Just how I was with Ben Affleck.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Set them low, and then
Set them low. They're already low.
right. I figured they would.
I'm not expecting greatness here, considering what else I've seen him do.
You didn't like him in Harry Potter?
Was he in Harry Potter?
He was in what was it? The 3rd movie? Jacqueline, no, the 4th. Yeah, she heard the 4th.
He's on top of it. Like,
Yeah.
There's how many of those? 7?
Yeah.
It was the 4th one.
Well, because we watched
Not
it
even
like
a question.
we watched it like last night.
Oh, okay.
But still, I should have known that. I'm like, which one is it?
Yeah.
On it. Oh yeah, me. I may have to close the door on this because as soon as I say this, I think Jacqueline's gonna kill me.
I'm all for it.
I hate Seinfeld.
Oh, that's right. You do hate Seinfeld. You are a weird person.
This
is a guy. This is a guy who is. I love Taylor Swift and I hate Seinfeld. What kind of human being are you? What are you doing with your life?
And it's. Can you hear her?
No, I can't hear her.
She's like, "Thank you."
You're welcome.
It's the weirdest thing though because I have a very.
But I do have to ask Jacqueline what she is doing with you.
Should we bring her in?
You hate Seinfeld.
Matt's got some questions for me. Bring the
I
tequila.
have to question her decision making.
Bring the tequila. So,
go ahead. Tell me why you hate Seinfeld.
well, no, she's in the room now. I can't tell her why I hate Seinfeld.
I always know you hate Seinfeld. You're just an ignorant person like all the other people out there. But I still love you.
Oh, thanks, sweetie.
Aw,
Yeah,
forever recorded.
I know.
That's gonna be in the vows.
That's gonna be in the vows. You know what the weird thing is?
There are some people that choose to be stupid. I'm just kidding. You know what's actually kind of funny? I'll make like a reference to like a direct Seinfeld quote or something that like a fan that would get, and then I'll be like, oh wait, you don't understand that reference because you suck. Don't I always do that to you?
But I get most of the references.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
you get the soup Nazi. Anybody can get the soup. People from other countries know what the soup Nazi is. Come on.
But I don't want to be a pirate.
I know that one too. And the
Yeah.
Festivus one.
Like,
I
I'll
saw
be
the
like
Festivus
things
one.
about like, are you master of your domain? And you're like, huh? I'm like, oh god.
Newman's the best.
He is hilarious. Yeah.
Oh, I was kind of looking at Seinfeld though, because everyone tells me that it's that dry sense of humor, which that's me. That's right up my alley. And I just, oh my god, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I just hate Seinfeld him, and I just can't watch the show. Because I've seen other. I like Kramer. I like Newman. I'm like, oh, they're okay.
It sounds like you like the show then.
No, I like those characters. I just don't like Seinfeld. Oh, she's back. Why do you have a knife, sweetie?
But the show was really more around all the other characters rather than Jerry. Like, most of the storylines aren't really concerning him, except for some here and there. But they're all like, like other storylines, like what George is doing, like the Summer of George, And I was telling you a story about like worlds colliding, like.
Yeah.
So, like, if you remember, like, from my birthday, when I had people from, like, work, I had, like, friends outside of work that were there, and then I had family there. And it was like, I walked into this thing. Mind you, it was a surprise party.
Mm-hmm.
I walked into this thing, and I'm just like, worlds colliding! Worlds colliding!
And I would be like, what are you talking about? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. Why are you wearing a pirate shirt?
Yeah. Although, I saw part of an interview where he had with, who was it, with, like, Larry King?
Uh-huh.
And he, like, where he's like, oh, yeah, so, like, you weren't canceled, right? Like, you left the show, and he's like, are you serious? Like, do you know who I am? And I'm like, fuck you, Seinfeld. No one gives a shit. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you got to think about this. That dude did one television show.
Yeah.
And is set for life.
Oh, yeah.
You really don't need to do anything.
He was probably making like $1 million per episode or something ridiculous.
I'm sure it was more than that. And on top of that, it's syndicated now, and it's on Netflix, and people are rediscovering it. People have never seen it before, and it's just gaining popularity. So you were talking about the soup Nazi thing, and I kind of wish Dana was here because she would remember this. So, like, there's this hot dog place not too far from here. And the guy, it was like this old guy that used to work there. And, like, you'd go up to order. And, like, if you didn't have your order, mind you, it was pretty easy. If you didn't have your order ready, he'd be like, next. He would just, like, shove you off to the side. What do you want? That dude is gone now. And now it's, like, some other guy. And they're much nicer. But the other thing about this place was, like, the hot dog. It was 2 hot dogs, fries, and a drink for $3. And at one point during high school, they raised it to $3.25, and everyone's like, "What's with the 25 cents?" He's like, "We got to fix the parking lot." That was 20 years ago, and they haven't fixed that goddamn parking lot yet.
That's bullshit.
And now it's like $6 or something like that to get that hot dog special. Same thing as always. It's like $6 now.
So wait, if this place is still around, we got to check it out.
Oh, I'll take you.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time you're in town, I'll bring you down there. It's good. I mean, hot dog.
Hot dog, $6. Oh, okay. She's mad at me.
I'm not mad at you. I'm looking for my stuff.
He's mad at you.
I'm sleeping with one eye open. Oh, I wrote down the episode that I watched. The Can You Spare a Square one.
The Spare a Square?
Yeah.
That was a good one. One of my favorites is when he finds the Merv Griffin set. Remember, he finds like the Merv Griffin set in like the garbage or I don't remember where, but he sets it up in his apartment, and like someone, like I think it's Jerry or like Newman walk into his apartment or something like that. He's like, "Oh, look, everybody, it's Jerry," and he starts interviewing him like he's on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Show.
Oh my god.
My favorite one's the Chinese restaurant. It's like from like season 2 or something.
The episode where they're just like waiting for a table the entire episode. Yeah, that one's pretty great.
I promised Jacqueline that I would consider watching it since we're trading series. Like I pick one, she picks one. So
no, you need to watch it and enjoy it like a normal human being.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyways, God, it's my turn, and you know what the thing is? I totally forgot
Oh,
what I was. Oh, I remember now. I remember. Okay, so I think I'm replacing one because I can't remember what the real one was. So I started watching a new show. So have you watched Dexter?
I haven't, but I know the premise.
Okay, so this show is super weird, and it's like it's pretty popular. I think a ton of people watch it. I'm trying to get into it, and I'm like, I think one episode from the season finale of the first season, and I don't like the show. It's weird. It's the acting is, I don't know if it's intentionally bad, but it's bad. And like there's like this one guy who's like this angry cop, and he plays typical angry cop, but as if he were like doing a SNL sketch.
Oh, okay.
You know,
so overreaching, angry cop.
Yeah, like just everything is a little bit overboard on this show, and like everybody's like, it's like they're watching an SNL sketch of a bad cop show.
I one of my friends saw it and he was like super into it. I think with this show, they're like, oh man, you got to watch it. Like if they watch it, they love it, And like like I said, I know kind of the premise, like where it's he kills the bad guys, right? But he's a detective or he's a cop.
He's a forensic analyst, like a blood analyst.
Yeah. So he's a good guy, quote unquote, good guy.
Yeah, so he's like a good guy, but he like doesn't have feelings.
Okay.
Like he has no emotions at all. And so, but one of his things is he finds people who are essentially bad and ends up like killing them.
Just
and, like dumping their bodies in like the ocean because they're right by the ocean, and cutting them in pieces. And then like this, what's happening in the first season is there's another guy who is like kind of toying with him.
Yeah.
But like, so he knows Dexter, like he knows what Dexter's doing. So like he leaves these bodies that are cut up, but then all the blood is drained. And since this guy's a blood analyst, he can't do anything. But then he leaves this doll in like his freezer that's all cut up, just like he cut up the other bodies.
Oh shit.
And then like the doll's hand has like nail polish on it.
Yeah.
And then they find just the fingertips of a person with colored nail polish in this block of ice.
Oh shit.
Right. So it's really weird. And like, so many people are into this show that I'm like, it's got to get better. I'm kind of like seeing it through the first season to see if I'm going to continue watching.
You just jump in like the season 3 and then work backwards.
Jump from the end.
Yeah.
Like, well, let's see if it's okay, if it's better if I just jump right to the end. It started out really good and then just got worse.
Oh man.
Ugh.
Do you want me to go ahead and give you my my final hate?
Yes, give me your final hates.
The most ultimate and pure of hatred that I have for this one individual.
Yes, let's hear it.
And
you're trying to do my build up. I feel like you're trying to steal my build up.
Sorry. For everybody that knows me, knows how much I loathe LeBron James. So much so.
LeBron James.
Yeah, that I even call him LeBitch James.
Which is so stupid.
It's stupid, but I don't care. I don't like him. He's not going to have a good nickname. You know?
He's not going to have a good nickname.
No, he's going to have a bad one. And so my problem with him isn't the fact that he's a good basketball player. It's fine, whatever. I respect it. I don't care. The problem that I have with him is that he thinks that he's better than Michael Jordan. He's not. Okay? And for people like you and I who grew up watching MJ and have watched LeBron, there is no comparison. Like there's things that we have seen and we're like, holy shit, did you see that? And like you're watching LeBron and you're like, all right, that was okay. Like that was good. But it's not MJ. He didn't fly through the air through.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you a comparison, okay? I've seen Michael float from the free throw line to the basket. I've seen LeBron travel with the ball from the free throw line to the basket. Complete difference, okay?
All right, so I will say this. We live in the Chicago area, so I think we definitely have a bias
Slight bias, yeah.
towards Michael Jordan being the greatest of all time.
Right.
I don't think that's ever going to change in our lifetime.
No.
That he's the greatest of all time. I do believe you got to respect LeBron James's game.
No, I don't.
But I will tell you one thing that LeBron James is the greatest at. I got your attention. I like that.
I'm like, what the hell?
LeBron James is the GOAT of flopping.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. No one does it better.
You know what? Honestly, I don't care one way or another for LeBron James. I don't care for his act going down to Miami.
That pissed me off.
Then him going back to Cleveland, like, oh, I guess I got a better team now. I'm going to go to Cleveland. And now in LA, I'm like, come on, man. Should have just stayed where he was.
It's just annoying, you know. And I found I couldn't find, but I was looking for this is the other reason why I hate him. The Mount Rushmore of the elites of the basketball players, and he doesn't even. First of all, he doesn't mention MJ, okay, and then he puts himself as number one, and this is like 5 years ago before he was 3 championships in or whatever. Like this is like, oh, I won my first title with Miami with Dwayne Wade because I couldn't do it by myself, like years ago. So it's like, no, man, just because you won one at that point doesn't make you better than Michael or, Wilt Chamberlain or Russell. You know what I mean? Like you don't leapfrog all these people, all of these great players, So fuck him, fuck LeBron, whatever.
The hates.
I told you. I have a pure hatred for this guy. I do not like him.
Yeah, there's other players I enjoy watching more than him. Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
I think that he's an asshole. But I like it.
Yeah. Giannis is pretty good. I like
Giannis is awesome.
And he's from Milwaukee, so we shouldn't be, James Harden. Yeah, Jacqueline likes Harden. Westbrook. Luka's good. I like
a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
He hit that game winner the other night. Excuse me. Yeah, that game winner the other night. That was sweet.
I missed it. We're in the postseason now, but it's weird because I haven't.
Three-pointer. It was like a deep 3-pointer though.
Yeah.
For the game. Yeah, that was awesome. I think they might be playing tonight. I don't remember. But
if I ever met LeBron, there'd be 2 things that would happen. I would have to get like a step stool to say to his face how much I hate him. and
you'd have to get 2 step stools.
Yeah.
One on top of the other. Excuse me, Mr. James.
Right. Excuse me. And then the second thing, I'd be like, "Oh, sorry, I wanted to meet a real basketball player." And then he'd probably like push me off the step stool. I'm like, look, I'm LeBron. I flopped. Pure hatred, just so you guys know. I hate him so much.
Oh man. Oh, another thing I hate, ending the show.
Oh, I know.
Oh my gosh. It's about that time though, I think. I think it's time to wrap it up. Do our goodbye song.
Goodbye song?
No, we don't have a goodbye
I'm
song.
like, wait a minute.
Am I supposed to know a song?
Oh shit. There was homework.
But yeah, I think what do we got, Nando? We got to say goodbye. Listen to us on
Google Play.
I was about to say Facebook for some reason.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I guess I'll help them out here.
Google Play, PocketCasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, all of them. And I added a new one, TuneIn, the TuneIn app, so you can listen to us on that.
Okay.
So a bunch of places, and there's actually probably another couple coming, just because our host has been so gracious to make it very easy to add us to some more places.
All right.
Yeah. So you can email us at journeytothemiddle@gmail.com. Check us out on the old Book of Faces,
Yes.
as well as check out our sponsor, Luna East Soul Boutique.
Remember, they have a lot of new stuff on there, so check them out.
Got a lot of new stuff all the time. I can't even keep up with it.
Yep.
So, Nando, say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, people.
No soup for you.